This is the scary part. Wait for it. Have you seen this film? Carnival of Souls. It's public domain, so I can show it without any copyright issues. Gotta lower the volume here. Welcome everybody to Smell It Sunday. This is my secondary channel, Aromatically Speaking. This is a weekly show where I go live and we talk, we chat, we talk about anything and everything that makes us feel nostalgic, comfy, cozy. There it is. Oh, did you see it? Woo! That is a scary moment in the film. Film action happening in the background. Carnival of Souls. I highly recommend it. But if you do watch Carnival of Souls, we'll make sure that you prepare yourself. It's a pretty creepy film, but also make sure you get yourself the Criterion copy, the Criterion version. Since it's a public domain film, there's a lot of different edits and cuts and bad quality. This is a version of it's a bad quality cut. But if you get the Criterion version, the movie not only looks pristine, but it doesn't have any of the scenes cut out of it. So welcome everybody. Let's see who we have in the house. I already have you pulled up. I'm making advances already with these live streams. And just keep me posted how the stream looks. If I start cutting out, if I start lagging, let me know. Speak up. And if you are lurking in the background, I know there's a lot of you out there. Because look, I'm looking at about maybe 10 people in the chat area, and there's 40 people in the chat room. If you are lurking, come out from the darkness. Step forward. Say hello, make a comment, ask a question, join in on the conversation. Today is going to be a laid-back Sunday. I have my coffee, I have candles, I have goodies, I have things to show and tell, and we have a little bit of we have a mail box on opening. Not tons of unboxing, but we do have a box from one of our loyal, the Candle Enthusiast followers, and I've been holding on to it for like 2 weeks, so it's I'm really excited to see what's inside. If you're asking, we do have a Nightmare Before Christmas mug gifted by my dear friend Nancy, who is in the house. You see, when the heat of the coffee fills the mug, all these little yellow ghosts and ghouls, bullfrogs and skulls, they all appear as if from nowhere. Let's get this party started. So I know it does say the best Halloween specials on the headline, but I haven't even created a list yet. I want to get your guys' input. I have mine in my head, and I'm gonna make my top 10, but I want this to be more of a discussion rather than me just spewing my favorite Halloween specials, because I'm looking for, since it's Halloween week, or 8 days before Halloween, I'm trying to find new Halloween content in the television form to watch. So I have my yellow legal pad. I buy these in bulk, as I do these pencils as well. I go through these pencils like you wouldn't believe. And the music has stopped. It felt weird. It felt spooky for a while. But now the music has stopped. Who do we have in the house? We have, wow, this is way too many to mention, but wow, thank you all for joining in. And let's start with this. This is the time of year. Halloween is a big candle season. So although this is only my third Halloween season with the Candle Enthusiast, This is the time of year. It usually, like right, a week before Halloween, I get a lot of emails, I get a lot of messages, I get a lot of comments saying, what is the ultimate Halloween candle? I want to buy one, and one only. Which one do I buy? And that's a very hard question, right? We all know that, but I figured to kind of respond to that, I would show you what I typically burn. And right here, I'm gonna light these puppies up. Now the image is reversed. We know that. I apologize, but this is a now retired. It says limited edition, but this was known as a Yankee Candle treasure. What is a Yankee Candle treasure? Before there were Yankee Candle returning favorites, they went by the name of treasures. So this was a Halloween candle that if you shopped in the right locations, you could find just about any time of the year. Seriously. You could buy this like in the springtime if you wanted. So this is the ultimate black licorice. Wait a minute. Black licorice candle. However, if you're not a black licorice fan, don't be worried. Don't be worried, because although a lot of people like to say, oh, it's a black licorice candle and then call it a day, my striker is just not working. There's a lot more going on to this candle. This is a root beer. This is herbal. This is big time vanilla bean. This is soft serve vanilla ice cream. This is a root beer float. And I think a lot of us, we miss this candle. I was really hoping that this would make a return this year, but it did not, and we can't cry over spilt. I'm gonna get an aluminum lid for that. We can't cry over spilt wax. That's a terrible joke that I just made. And the office is a mess. I just want to put that out there. But I'm not gonna just burn that candle. I'm gonna do a little bit of mixology for us, because as sweet as that candle is, we're gonna need a little bit more sweetness, but in a couple different forms. I have a vanilla bean wooden wick candle right here. Let's light this up. Why not, right? Let's add to that vanilla bean, vanilla ice cream, that soft serve experience. Plus this will provide a little bit of crackle for us. Can you hear that? Yeah. So this was released last year, 2017, woodwick candle, simply by the name of vanilla bean. And every candle I light in here, it just gets a little bit warmer and warmer. It's cold outside, but it's warm here in the office. And 'tis the season. This needs to be trimmed. 'Tis the season for candy corn. Don't ever do this, guys. I'm cutting this with a pocket knife. Get your wick cutters out. I am going to light not candy corn. I am going to light Sweet Seduction, which is the Yankee Candle replacement for the long beloved fragrance candy corn, Sweet Seduction. So we have Happy Halloween, we have woodwick vanilla bean, and Sweet Seduction burning down here, creating a cloud of aromatics. And I just, give me a second. This wick is just, it's too long. Where's my wood cutters? A wick trimmer. There, it should do it. Alright, and let's try this one more time. So what are you folks burning at home to build up to Halloween night? Leave that in the chat area. There we go. That's much better. Much, much better. Let's see what you guys are saying down here. I'm not a big Simpsons fan anymore, but I do like the Treehouse of Terror episodes. You know, don't get mad. I almost said don't shoot me. You're not gonna shoot me. Don't get mad. I was never a big Simpsons fan, and I blame my age because I was just at that age where the Fox cable channel was new, and I was too young to really watch what was on it. If you remember, I wasn't too young, but too young to enjoy it, I would say. Married with Children, and The Simpsons. You know, at that age, believe it or not, I wasn't really watching cartoons, and I don't think anybody realized that it wasn't just a children's cartoon. So I don't have that nostalgia for The Simpsons, but I do have nostalgia for some of the Treehouse of Terror episodes. And I do like The Simpsons. I think just one day, I need to just watch. I mean, there's so many seasons. Where do you even begin? Horror Queen says, I love Corpse Bride. My friend gave me a skeleton. What's that word? I feel weird. I can look it up. A dog of a short-legged, long-bodied breed. Okay, it's a dog. A skeleton. Okay, so from Corpse Bride. A dachshund? Is that how you pronounce it? For an early birthday gift, and I named him Scraps from Corpse Bride. That's very cool. My brother's dog was named Zero after Nightmare Before Christmas. So, and my brother just got a new dog, so it's official. Every dog that my family has owned, I now have Elsa. Every dog that my brothers have owned, almost accidentally. I don't think we did it on purpose, but every dog was named after a Disney character. And my brother just got a brand new puppy. My brother and my sister-in-law, Chewy, and you know, all those Star Wars. You know, you don't think Disney. It is really Disney now. So staying with tradition. Used to be Witch's Brew for me, but almost no scent out of my tarts and votives this year. So probably my old Yankee Candle Beware. Yankee Candle Beware was a candle. Here's something interesting. If you're searching on like eBay and you come across candles, a black candle called Beware. It was, correct me if I'm wrong, it was Witch's Brew, right? It was Witch's Brew, but there was another set called Boo, Wicked, and what was, and Tricky. It was one year the Halloween fragrances were released in these very minimalistic house warmer jars. And if you've seen these before, have you guys seen these? Yankee Candle jars, Boo, Wicked, and Tricky. I'll give you a little bit of an explanation of how they came to be. In 2006, Yankee Candle they purchased, just like Woodwick, they purchased a candle company called Illuminations out of Petaluma, California. And for at least a little bit of time, they tried to keep Illuminations alive, the brand, just like Woodwick, they tried to kind of merge the two companies, but it wasn't working. So they eventually just closed down all of the Illumination stores, which was mostly a West Coast candle. Uh, was it a franchise, or I'm not sure if it was a franchise or it was a franchise. I wasn't sure if it was a franchise or a chain, but anyway, they they uh, they closed all those stores down, renamed them Yankee Candle, but Yankee Candle absorbed a lot of Illumination's fragrances. A lot of them, more than you might think, and some of them are I can't remember them at the moment, but some surprising fragrances that we know and love from Yankee Candle actually came from Illuminations. But anyway, so I think it was on 2007, somewhere around that time, Yankee Candle released their Halloween fragrances that were previously Illumination names: Wicked, Boo, and Tricky. And they were essentially candy corn, a vanilla bean, and black licorice. I think it's black licorice. It wasn't Witch's Brew. It could have been Witch's Brew. I don't own them. I was gonna buy the box set this year because there's some of them out there, but I don't own them. Yes, that mug is awesome. I just got the Disney Park Poison Apple coffee mug. That is awesome, Danny. I want one of those poison apple mugs. And speaking of mugs, did anybody see those tiki, the tiki, the Hatbox Ghost mugs that were exclusive to the Disney parks? You had to wait hours and hours and hours online to get this one mug, right? And they inevitably sold out. So a lot of people waited for hours and didn't end up even getting one. But they're super cool because the Hatbox Ghost is it's kind of like, I won't get into the story. Well, I'll get into the story. For years, for decades, people claimed that there was a secret ghost in the Haunted Mansion in Disney World, in Disneyland and in Disney World. And their proof was in the conception sketches, right, of, when Walt Disney was still alive and after he passed away, the artist had drawn these extensive pictures of this character who had his head inside of a hat box. And all of the promotional materials in 1969, when the Haunted Mansion opened at Disneyland, featured this character. But for decades, the Hatbox Ghost was nowhere to be seen inside of the Haunted Mansion, but people always said, I know where it is. I know where he is. You gotta look really closely. I know where he is. He wasn't there. But everybody had their theories. So in 2015, I think it was 2015, they eventually brought in a Disney Imagineer. They built the Hatbox Ghost based on the original figure. Now, there was an original figure, but the gag didn't really work. His head was supposed to appear in the box and like disappear from his neck and then appear in the box. And the gag didn't really work. The special effect didn't really work. So they removed him almost immediately. But they went back to the original drawings, the original figure, and they remade the Hatbox Ghost using different technology. And they've put him right in the attic after the bride in the Haunted Mansion, only in Disneyland. So a little bit of Disney Haunted Mansion, I guess not trivia, but a nugget of information, just in case you guys were not aware of that. Hard Queen says, keeps stalling. We're back. Stalled for me. Keeps freezing. That's not good. Let me know, again, moving forward. If it stalls one more time, I'm going to switch the setting on the camera. Danny says, what are everyone's thought on Yankee Candle's Black Magic? Just ordered it because they have the pillar for $10 last I saw. Did they have it back in stock, Danny? Because they had it for a brief second. like a 10 minutes. They had it for sale months ago. Well, not months ago, weeks and weeks ago. If they brought it back, get it as many as you can if you like that fragrance. And I'll tell you why, because yeah, I mean, paraffin wax, I think we can all agree to this, that they're not going to be as quickly as potent. They're not going to throw out a lot of aroma quickly as they will with softer wax. And the Pillars did come in a softer wax. But the original release of that Pillar Black Magic was from 2015, and this is just my humble opinion. I do believe that the recipe was a little bit different, where in 2016 we saw in the housewarmer jar it was a little bit different, close enough to be called the same candle, but different enough where I definitely think a $10 investment is totally worth it. Woodwick Trick or Treat candle is great. I do not own that one, Chris. I hope you enjoy it. I hope you are enjoying it if you're burning it. My new Halloween favorite, Jack-o'-lantern by Colonial Candle. I love the combination of pumpkin and candy. Yeah, Nancy, I reviewed that. Again, I use that word review. I shouldn't be. I don't review candles. I evaluate candles. But I did evaluate that candle when the folks from Colonial reached out to me. They reached out to lots of people this year. And, you know, and I really was, I mean, I had never burned a Colonial candle before. So this was my first experience with Colonial, and it was the Jack-o'-lantern and the Graveyard Fog, and those two candles were, man, they were really complex. And just, if you read the fragrance notes, like basil and black licorice and Graveyard Fog, what? But it totally makes sense. I love that they were a little bit bombastic, like over the top. In a great way, because Halloween is all about being over the top. But those two candles, I just wish they. I hope they keep them. I hope they maybe fill out the set. Maybe create 3, 4, 5 of them for next year. I'm reading everybody's comments. I would love to go to Disneyland to see the Hatbox Ghost. I love the artwork from Jeff Granite. Yes, Jeff Granite. Why do I know? Oh, because he did the. Okay, I got you, Nancy. Granito. Maybe I don't know what you're talking about. Yeah, okay, so Jeff Granito is, if I'm not mistaken, the gentleman he works for Disney. Did he do the he didn't do the Hatbox Ghost mug, did he? That would be awesome if he did. But he does the Spire Side, limited edition Spire Side candle labels. I have all of them, and once the holidays are over, I'm gonna have like a nice Disney week, and I'm gonna do all of these Spire Side candles. Spire Side candles, I love them, but they have very basic labels, pretty and in good taste, but they had these limited edition labels created by an actual Disney artist, and Jeff Granito, I believe that is his name. Follow him on Instagram. He's amazing. And these candles are fantastic. I've always loved Spire Side. Spire Side is a Disney-inspired candle company. but I never really, I think the labels held me back from really collecting them and burning them, because you know how I feel about labels. But with those limited edition labels, I bought every single one. So I have like 13 of them ready to evaluate. So they did bring back Black Magic as of yesterday, and I did order it online. Wow, Danny, so hopefully you got it. Stephanie says, I saved my travel tin of Witch City Wicks Pumpkinhead to light during a... I'm trying to figure out what the abbreviation is. Smell It Sunday Live. That's awesome. That's awesome. Pumpkinhead from Witch City Wicks. Liz, I think this is a good time to address this. I think I've talked about it. Liz from Witch City Wicks. If we're not familiar with Witch City Wicks, I'll show you. I'm sure everybody knows for now. This is one of their Christmas candles, peppermint bark. But this is a candle company based out of Salem, Massachusetts. Oh yeah, oh yeah. And you know, I've been working with Liz from Witch City Wicks for several years now, and we've become good friends. And last year we had a promotional code where you could save, I think it was 20% for 2 weeks. We had a promotional code that was exclusive for the Candle Enthusiast. So, of course, I asked Liz if we would want to continue this tradition for this year. So she sent me her candles this year, very early. I produced a video. It did pretty well. For not having a video that had Yankee Candle in the title, this video did pretty well, especially since it wasn't Halloween season when I posted it. And she has been rapidly growing the past couple of years because of she has a brand new storefront in Salem, and she sold out. We all know this. She sold out of her Halloween candles in a matter of minutes, literally. And every time she'd make more and restock, she'd sell out. She eventually had to close down the website for the whole season so she could just focus on in-house storefront sales. But we were supposed to have a promo code this year. And Liz and I had a long talk, we had a long chat about the situation that she said, how can we have a promo code if we sell out? Because the last thing we would want is offer a promotional code to you guys. You guys fill up your shopping cart, type in your code, and the candles that you put in your shopping cart are sold out. So it just wasn't going to work. So we played around with a couple ideas of like, well, maybe it won't be a promotional code. Maybe it will be a sample of another fragrance to throw in to the order. And that sounded like a great idea. She talked about, I think it's safe to say it now, she was going to put a sample of Krampus in every Candle Enthusiast order from the website, but still she had to close the website down. So we never had the opportunity to have a promotional code this year. But, and this is a big but, we're going to have a promotional code at a later time. She'll never be able to have a promotional code for Halloween again, Halloween season. It's just, you know, she wants to grow. You know, she wants to be able to fulfill orders, but she does not want to let the company get out of her hands. It's very important to her that these are still handcrafted objects. So she's only going to allow herself the production level to grow to a certain amount. So she'll never be able to have a promotional code for Halloween again, but we are in the works for a Candle Enthusiast. Many collaborations, but also a promotional code for a later time in this year or next year or both. when things are a little bit more quiet. So, you know, hopefully we'll have something put together for Christmas, because she's got a fantastic Christmas line. And all of her other candles outside of her Halloween collection are incredible. Incredible. She's been perfecting these candles for almost 10 years. And I'm telling you, they are sensational. So we will have a Candle Enthusiast promotional code, but just not for the Halloween season. And I really do apologize for that. I really do. It was a hard decision on both of our parts, Liz and I, to say, let's just not do it, because we didn't want to upset anybody and have something go really wrong. And Laura's saying, I finally got a little bit of money and went to Witch City Wicks site online to see that the online shop has closed till November. It's the truth. So after that last restock, she essentially just shut down the website until November 7th. I apologize, Laura. I apologize. Or I don't apologize, it's not my fault, but I feel sorry for you. Laura's also saying Washington Wicks site is closed now too. Is that true? Is Nikki in the house? I did not notice that. Thank heavens for Witch City Wicks this year. I love her candles for Halloween, fall, and Black Bat. Fall and Black Bat for more. I love Witch City Wicks. And Danny got her Witch City Wicks. Her Witch City Wicks candles. I managed to snag a jar of Witch City Wicks Sleepy Hollow. Carol, that is a hard one to get. That is especially this year, that was probably the hardest year to ever get that candle. That was a hard candle to get before Liz even owned a shop. And it was the first candle I purchased from her. Yeah, that's a very special candle. Sleepy Hollow. After 3 tries, I finally was able to order my Witch City Wicks Sleepy Hollow during the last restock. Awesome, awesome. Liz really did a great job for such a small operation, but I know a lot of us missed out. Yeah, so Morgan, Cruisebat. It's just really important to realize that, I mean, that this is I wish I could somehow illustrate the production level, you know. It's, and you know, Liz is running the shop. She's making the candles, she's boxing and shipping, she's doing everything herself. She's finally at a point now where I'm not going to give away anything that she's told me, but she has plans for next year not to create these problems. Because remember, her shop is her workshop, her gift shop is her studio space, and it's just not big. So even if she wanted to make 100 billion, million, trillion candles, she couldn't, because there's no place to put them, right? And the thing is, what she wasn't expecting and what has happened, and maybe this is a little bit my fault, people weren't just buying, give me a Sleepy Hollow, give me an All Hallows Eve, and maybe a couple wax melts. People were buying like 15 Sleepy Hollow candles, right? People were buying, maybe not 15, but they were buying 3, 4, 5. They were buying these candles in bulk. And that is what she wasn't prepared for. So it wasn't necessarily the amount of orders, it was the quantity of how much people wanted that really became an issue. And I don't care what anyone says, really. I'll stand up and fight for Liz. The fact that she has not risen her prices is a huge testament. I don't want her to raise her prices. But what does bother me is when people kind of criticize, like, $19 for a candle of this size? Are you kidding? 19. Do you know how much work? Not just to make one, but for the creation of actually making a batch. How much work goes into making that one candle? And for $19 to have a product that is so scarce, that so many people are sitting by their computer waiting to order, $19 is a very fair price. I think she could easily, and she wouldn't, but she could easily charge $29, $34, $37 for her candles. I do consider them luxury candles, and I do consider them art. So the fact that she keeps the prices that low, and when I say low, I mean low. This candle right here by Colonial Candle. Look, Colonial Candle, great. I just said wonderful things about Colonial Candle, but this is a huge company that has a manufacturing facility, right? They have like labelers, and they have conveyor belts, and they have everything is electronic, and they have like folks running the manufacturing. Liz is doing it by hand, and they're charging the same price, Colonial Candle, maybe a few dollars cheaper. So support small business, better yet, support small handcrafted, small batch, micro batch candle companies. And I missed a birthday. Is it Laura's birthday? Happy birthday, Laura. Everybody, let's sing happy birthday. I can't sing. Shane doesn't sing. And Violet Moon saying my birthday is on Wednesday. Please send me candles. But truly, Horror Queen, our Horror Queen, the Candle Enthusiast Horror Queen, Laura, she's been with us. She's super loyal. She's an incredible friend of mine. Super sweetheart. Happy birthday, and I hope you do something wonderful today. I don't know about down south, but at least up north, it is pretty glorious outside. Again, magic and fantasy outside that window, but outside that window, it's a beautiful day. And you'll be at a local haunted house. Nothing better than a local haunted house. So let's create this list of, get some coffee in here, Halloween specials. I'm gonna list, in no particular order, but I'm gonna try to list, let's start with Lucky 7. Of course, let's get the ones out of the way that we know for sure. The Great Pumpkin. Charlie Brown, and Garfield's. Really, this one, I think it's available on like YouTube right now. So like somebody posted it and they haven't taken it down, so you can actually watch it for free, or go on iTunes and purchase it for a couple dollars. iTunes, and get Garfield's Halloween Adventure. I'm telling you, you will not be sorry. And if, for those of you late 70s, does anyone remember, hopefully I'm getting the name right, the Halloween that almost wasn't? No, I'm getting that mixed up. What is the name of the show? The Halloween. It starred the guy from Taxi. Can't even think of his name. The Halloween that almost wasn't. That was the name. 1979. Love that one. Little bit dated. A little bit dated for younger folks. What else do we have? One of my personal favorites, Gilda Radner fans. Any Gilda Radner fans out there? Hocus Pocus is going to be a film, so this has got to be the Halloween specials. We're making a list of Halloween TV specials. Big difference, because if we were talking about movies, well, we could just go on for days. Even though Disney is producing kind of a stop-motion animation Hocus Pocus thing, which I think is kind of cool. I haven't checked it out yet. I think that's kind of cool. But Gilda Radner fans, this is one to check out. It's called Witches Night Out, and it's a little bit trippy. I can safely say I've never done any hard drugs in my life, but I feel like I have, because I've seen Witches Night Out. It's a little bit odd. It's a little bit strange. It's a little bit trippy. But nevertheless, it is completely family friendly. It's really hysterically funny, and check out the credits. There's a lot of people attached to that project that were part of the project before they were really anybody's, except for Gilda Radner. I know a lot of people like, is it the best witch? The Best Witch? I've never seen it. The one was it with Tim Curry? Or The Worst Witch? That was like a TV movie. What is the one I'm thinking of? It is The Worst Witch with Tim Curry. That is one I need to watch. I'm going to write that down. I will be watching that at some point during this week. I was supposed to watch it in 2011, and I never got around to it. What are you guys saying? Oh. Okay, and then Laura, I'm shutting you down. I'm shutting you down so hard. But she goes, okay, TV, Disney's Adventure of Ichabod and Mr. Toad. So that was actually the sixth or the ninth feature film by Walt Disney Studios. So it actually wasn't a short subject. They seem like short subjects, but The Legend of Sleepy Hollow and The Adventures of Mr. Toad, or The Adventures of Ichabod Crane and Mr. Toad, were one. It was one film, and it was considered a feature-length film. However, I will give you credit for that, because we're missing one big one. And this is a big topic. You can really geek out over this one. Disney's Halloween treat. The reason why this is a big topic is that there's been many different versions of Disney's Halloween treat. It originally popped up in 1982, and it seemed like and what it was a compilation of Disney shorts, like Donald Duck and Huey, Dewey, and Louie. Huey Lewis. I need more coffee. I need Huey, Dewey, and Louie. That was really funny. That was almost like a Steve Carell, Michael Scott joke. Huey, Dewey, and Louie shorts where they were kind of spooky. Some of the early, I think the first appearance of Mickey Mouse, Donald Duck, and Goofy together. What was the name of that short? Ghost Hunters? Something like that? Where it's kind of like a Ghostbusters kind of thing, where the three of these characters were in a cartoon together. It's the first time they appeared together, and they were inspecting a haunted house. And so Disney's Halloween treat was a compilation of shorts, but also clips from films, anything from 101 Dalmatians to Sorcerer and the Stone to clips from Fantasia. But every year they would change it. Not only would they change the clips, but they would also change the narration. They'd pick a different narrator. They would change the theme song. Let's see if I can play a little bit of the theme song without getting flagged from YouTube. But it was great. They'd play the silly symphony, the dancing skeletons. So there's many different versions of Disney's Halloween Treat. And it's really cool. You can't see what I'm saying, but if you can YouTube a lot of this stuff. They even have clips of the Haunted Mansion, and these are it's retro footage, and I highly recommend it. I just wish that there was like a Blu-ray box set or an iTunes digital download that had all of the versions of Disney's Halloween Treat, because there is no official version. There's so many different variations of it. So Disney's Halloween Treat, let's get back to you guys. All right, Rankin, oh man, you're killing me, Laura, you're killing me. She's pulling out these great ones, but so Rankin and Bass, Mad Monster Party. Rankin and Bass, just in case you folks don't know, was the production company that brought us Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer, Frosty the Snowman, Santa Claus is Coming to Town, The Little Drummer Boy. They even back, in the late 70s and the 80s, they brought us a lot of cartoons. I think they even were responsible for things like He-Man and stuff like that. They did a lot of cartoons. But Mad Monster Party featured Boris Karloff, Phyllis Diller, a wonderful cast, but it was considered a full-length feature film. It was the only full-length feature film because it really did not do so well. But thankfully, over the generations, it has found an audience. And this is something... It's my brother Eric's, but don't tell him. But something that I guess he picked up, we picked up when we were kids at a horror convention. Yes, we went to horror conventions. We were geeks. We even had a booth one year where I would sell my replicas and handmade props and stuff like that. But this guy proudly sits on my shelf. He's got a nice little cool little base there. This is a high quality item. This was not cheap. If I remember correctly, there was a trade involved, but the guy was asking like $250 for this, and this was a while ago. This was over 10 years, at least 10 years ago. So, Mad Monster Party, I don't know if I can include. I'm not going to put that down there. That's very precarious. Gotta put you over here. Winnie the Pooh Halloween Special. I'll write that one down. And I heard that Toy Story has, well, I've known about it, I've just never seen it. Winnie the Pooh Halloween. I'll have to check that one out. And then Toy Story, I forget what it's called, but it's on iTunes. I believe it's 45 minutes. Anyone ever hear of the Paul Lynde Halloween Special? No, but I will write it down. And keep them coming. I was still, I was and still am obsessed with Scooby-Doo. Every show is like Halloween Special, but I like Scooby-Doo in the Ghoul School. I think it's called Scooby. You know, I did a video for the Candle Enthusiast, and it never got finished. It never got edited because there wasn't, I didn't really have a good enough footage to finish the video, but I visited a Hanna-Barbera exhibit. It was so cool. The original drawings, original sketches, Flintstones, Scooby-Doo, cell animation, concept sketches, sculptures, and just I remember just hand drawn, like seeing like Tom and Jerry, hand drawn animation. It was incredible. So maybe I'll pull that out of the vault one day and put that in a video to see that. Billy and Mandy's Jacked Up Halloween. You're coming up with some I've never heard, Violet. Mr. Magoo. I want to throw in one, and I know it's a controversial topic these days, but who cares? I think it was the second season of Roseanne. They always had a Halloween special. I never watched Roseanne, the show, but it was always just on. You know, I lived in a kind of house where the television was just left on, and it drove my dad nuts, but we just left the TV on. So I just remember, for some reason, Roseanne and the fall and Halloween always kind of just stuck. But I remember there was, I think it was season 2, the episode was called Boo, and where the Connors put on a haunted house inside of their home. Highly recommend you check out that episode, despite all of the hullabaloo that's going on revolving Roseanne Barr and I guess the new show The Connors. I always liked that one a lot. And man, it's hard, you know, there's not a lot of TV specials that are epic. Not like Christmas. I guess that's why I wanted to talk about this. Mickey's House of Mouse villain special. So yes, I have seen that one. That is readily available on iTunes. Nancy goes, Shane, I'm so impressed you had your own booth. I don't know if you could be impressed, but it was, I mean, I had to pay for it. But yeah, my brother, what he would do is really interesting. You have to remember, this was really at the beginning stages of the internet, right? So there was no, there wasn't a way for people like us who had similar interests to get together on a Sunday and chit-chat, or a forum where they could get together or share their trade secrets. It's just, the internet hadn't gotten there yet. So my brother put in tons of work finding independent artists who were making replicas of movie monsters. So anything from like the movie Critters, or Tim Curry, It, and life-size Jason Voorhees that was made by independent artists without any copyrights. And so he did that, but I also made my own props and replicas, some original, some from replicas from films, and we set up a booth, and I remember we did pretty well. It was called the Chiller Convention. I think it's still around. The Chiller Theater Convention. At the time, it was at the Sheridan Hotel in New Jersey, New York-ish. It's right where the Giants play football, the Meadowlands. But that was also a place where I met all of my favorite horror movie icons. Kane Hodder, who played Jason Voorhees in most of the films. I met Robert Englund, Brad Dourif, Chucky, Doug Bradley, who played Pinhead, Judith O'Dea from Night of the Living Dead. I met Linda Blair on several occasions, and I remember being a young kid, like I was in 8th grade, and I met Danielle Harris. Now Danielle Harris was the young girl in Halloween, like Halloween 4 and 5. And she may be in the new one, I don't know. But she was in the first Rob Zombie film anyway. But anyway, I met her when I was like in 8th grade, and she, at the time, you know, I was probably 15, and she was, you know, still a very young girl herself. And I remember I was blushing so much. Oh, and she was also in Don't Tell Mom, The Babysitter's Dead. That was the other film that she was in. And oh man, I was blushing like you wouldn't believe. And there's photos that my brother took to prove it, and he loves to pull them out to embarrass me from time to time. So keep the all of the Modern Family Modern Family episode was really funny. Rocky Horror Picture Show film, but yes, staple of Halloween. Keep all of the Halloween specials coming. Remember, television specials. It could be from a sitcom, it could be from a cartoon, it could be a singled out special, right? It doesn't matter what it is, but if it aired on television, list it in the chats right now. And if you're watching this later tonight, list it in the comments, because I will rewatch this video to look at all of what you're suggesting, and this way I can write down. And then this week, I can watch all of the ones I haven't seen, revisit the ones I have seen, and then you guys can do the same. It's really good. I think that was a good idea. I just don't... I think I could have kept that more simplistic. Let's see, at this time, I'm going to open up a gift, a box in the mail from, you know, oh, she is here. Nicole is here. Okay, for a second, I wasn't sure if she was. Nicole is here. I'm about to open up your box. But I also want to do a giveaway. Now, I would love to send you guys valuable items, candles, but I want to keep things international. I can't send candles internationally, but if you haven't seen my recent video, Sleepy Hollow, a legendary outdoor experience filmed at Old Sturbridge Village in Massachusetts. It's on my main channel, The Candle Enthusiast. Please, huge support if you go and check out that video at some point if you haven't already, and share the love. Share that link. Share it up, baby. Just share it away. Like, just send it and post it. Get people to see it. Because I'm telling you, within 24 hours that I posted that video, you can't see the gentleman's name, but it says Brian Cloudis right there. The gentleman who creates these outdoor experiences. Sturbridge is hosting it, but this gentleman, Brian, is creating these performances. And he's got a Sleepy Hollow in Ohio, an outdoor experience. He's got an Edgar Allan Poe experience down in Atlanta, among many other experiences. But within 24 hours, he actually contacted me and said how much he enjoyed my video. And this is what I'm talking about. It's, you know, that might open up a door for future possibilities. So having people view the videos, having people comment on the videos, lets people know that people are watching. And so we want to make sure that those videos do good, so that other possibilities, other opportunities stem from those videos. But I have 2 postcards from the event. Very cool artwork. It's flipped, I know. And on the back, it does say Old Sturbridge Village. So what I want, I'm going to assign First come, first served. I want someone to raise their hand and say, I want to come up with a Halloween family-friendly trivia question. That is maybe challenging, but not too difficult. And one that's not easy for someone to just Google. And I'm going to allow you to come up with a trivia question, and I'm going to come up with a trivia question on my own, and in a little bit, we're going to give those away. I'll sign them, I'll write a personalized message, and no matter where you are in the world, as long as you have an address that you can supply to me, I'll send you one. But here we go. Let me just... I always forget to do this. I'm crossing out your name, Nicole. Hope you don't mind. Just don't want to get your address on there by any chance. But we have a priority box that was shipped on the 10th of October. Whoa, so that was a long time ago. But it's been sitting in the office waiting to be opened. Let's get to this. Who wants to come up with a trivia question? Okay, so Stephanie asked the question. That is the question. Who is the killer in the first Friday the 13th? She's going back to Scream trivia questions. I need not just who it was, but the full name of the character. So don't just tell me who it was and the relationship of that person, but who was the killer in the first Friday the 13th film, the full name. So this is, I gotta get my mind set. I gotta get my mind put into it. I have a feeling some of this stuff is coming from the happiest place on earth, and I'm not smelling it because I'm thinking it's aromatic. I'm just smelling it because this came from Disneyland. So Nicole just got back from a trip to Disneyland, and correct me if I'm wrong, Nicole. Nicole's she's East Coast like me, and so she's more, I think, more of a Disney World person. And so she actually made the trek all the way out to California to go to Disneyland. Was this the first time, Nicole, that you ever were in Disneyland? Just making sure. If there's a card that's supposed to go along with this, I apologize. I didn't see it. Or not a card, but like instructions of what to open first. Look at this. You can't see this. We got this blue. We got a blue light up there. It's hard to see. But we have this blue glittery tissue paper. Oh, I almost just cursed out loud. I am sorry. This is a family-friendly show, and I almost just cursed. And I'm almost afraid to look at this because of how much. Oh my good God. Man, Nicole, I don't know what to say. If anyone doesn't know by now, my absolute favorite Disney crush is going to be not a Disney princess, but Mary Poppins. And because of copyright issues, even though it's Disney, they still have copyright issues with Mary Poppins. It's very hard for them to put out Mary Poppins merchandise. And look at what we have here. Hand-painted Disney Parks. This is a Disney Parks exclusive Christmas ornament, Mary Poppins. And she's wearing her classic white, red, and pink jolly holiday. It is a jolly holiday with Mary. She has her umbrella. Can you see all the little detail? It's really bright. Let me try to turn down the light a little bit. It didn't really help. But she is encrusted. Let's see if I can turn the light down even more. Can I? She's encrusted with glitter. Crusted is not the correct word to use in this moment. Can you see the detail of that? This is, you have no idea. I am a mid-30s male. I am technically a full-grown man, but you have no idea how much something like this means to me. My Disney shelf is right here behind the camera, and this is exactly where this is going and where this will stay. I'm gonna put this right next to, where'd she go? She's hiding. I'm gonna put this next to my other, sorry that I'm taking so much time with this, but I am excited about this. I put her right next to, because she seems to be of the same size. Yeah, same size, close enough. Next to my bell ornament. So I got my two favorite Disney crushes hanging out, chilling by the fountain. And that's right, guys. I'm in my mid-30s. But you know what? Live enthusiastically or go home. That's my motto. Nicole, thank you so much. That's just the first thing I grabbed out of the bag. But man, I am in love with that. And I cannot wait to see Mary again when I visit Disneyland, which will be soon. All right. Oh, see, there is a cart. See, I didn't see this. Nicole always does a really good job, like, packaging things up, too. Like, it's always, like, very organized. And I love this. So we have... Oh, wow. Check this out. Disneyland Hotel. Now, I don't know if Nicole stayed at the Disneyland Hotel. If you did, that is awesome. Telephone and internet information. I love this stuff. So, in my subscription boxes for the Candle Enthusiast, I try to send all of this kind of stuff, like stationery from hotels, inns that I stay in, and this is exactly what this is. This is taken right out of the hotel room. I love this. We also have some brochures. She visited Mickey's Halloween party, which is something I've never had the pleasure to do. But brochure on all of the festivities, the times of all the events. My brother really, really wanted me to go out this year, and I just couldn't swing it. But maybe next year. And there is a map of Disneyland and Disneyland alone, no DCA. DCA is Disney's California Adventure, but Mickey's Halloween Party is in Disneyland. Super cool. Super cool. And then we have a brochure on Disney's California Adventure, DCA, and all of the Halloween events going on there. So beautiful, beautiful literature. Going back into the bag. Look at this. Look at this. Disneyland Hotel, folks. Oh yeah. And that's their number. Just in case you want to get in touch with them, that's their number. Anaheim, California. I gotta stay at the Disneyland Hotel. One of the, even, any one of them, really. Not, I mean, the Disneyland Hotel is a completely different institution, but would love to stay, because usually I just stay with my brother and we drive down in the morning, but missing out on the full experience. Then we have a card from Nicole. You know, this might be personal information. We don't have any secrets, but I might save this for off camera. Oh yeah. Oh, and she's switching it up to something else I love. Not just Disney, but now we're talking about a little bit of Charles Schultz action. We have Snoopy as Dracula and Woodstock flying over the moon. That vampire bat. Very cool. And a Hallmark product at that. Have a fantastic Halloween right there. And let's see if I can read this. I hope you're enjoying the Halloween season. Shane, I hope you're enjoying the Halloween season. I brought some Disney magic to share with you. I brought home some Disney magic to share with you. We had such a spooky, fun time. I also crocheted. Wow. Maybe I should be reading this later, because that would have been a huge surprise. I also crocheted you and Elsa a little something for Halloween. Oh my god, alright. That's crazy. Please do not feel obligated that you have to wear it. Same goes for Elsa. I wasn't sure of her size. I hope you enjoyed as much as I did making it. Love, Nicole. Nicole, thank you so much. Excellent penmanship. I am thoroughly intrigued now to see what we're talking about. But before we get there, oh yeah. So look at this tote. This was the 2018, one of the 2018, the artwork for the Happy Halloween, and this came in a T-shirt. And look at it. My favorite part is that Mickey has got candy corn vampire teeth. I really loved it. I almost bought the 2017 or 16 Halloween T-shirt, but I thought the 2018 was better, and now I have it in this tote bag. I love it because this, I can put I have so much Disney paraphernalia, and now I can keep this on display, and it's got one of these little things here to flatten out the bottom. And look at Minnie. Look at Minnie. I love it. I'm sorry to geek out about this, but when it comes to Disney, I can't help myself, guys. This is, are you kidding me? Let's start with Elsa. And yes, this will easily fit Elsa. And I just want to put this out there. Nicole, are you starting your own company, or do you have your own company that I'm not aware of? Because this has like a legit label. Can you see this? It says, handmade with love, crocheted by Nicole Menard. Be gentle. Your new one-of-a-kind garment needs a little extra care. Hand wash only, lay flat to dry. I cannot. So if anyone doesn't know, my little Maltese puppy, she's about this size. Her name is Elsa. And look at this. She has a legit, like she has a legit outfit. This is a crocheted. I gotta turn the light off again. Look at this. All of Elsa's colors. Plus, look at these little embellishments of stars and sparkles. And what do we call this? What do we call this? We call this sheer lace that's very sparkly. Little blue gemstone touch there. And this just goes on little baby Elsa. And she's gonna She's gonna run around and she's gonna say, "You can't hold me back anymore." She's one with the wind and sky. This is super awesome. And I'll tell you why this is even more awesome. And this is not a lie, Nicole. Elsa, one of the reasons why I don't have her on camera all the time is because a while back she got a lot of knots in her fur, and I had to like cut her down, and it broke my heart because she has this beautiful flowing white hair. And over the course of the past couple months, after her hair came back, the same thing happened. I thought I had fixed the problem, but now she's not gonna have her full head of hair for Halloween. Maybe by Christmas she'll have some hair back, but she can hide because her head's okay, but her body is cut quite short, so she will have her Elsa gown to hide the fact that she looks like a little shaved puppy. That is super sweet. I can't even begin to imagine how long this has taken you. And then there's one for me, handmade with love, created by Nicole Menard. And I am pronouncing her last name correctly, Nicole. Am I not? Where is Nicole? Right now I'm selling local only, but soon on Etsy. Yes! Are you kidding me? Nicole, this should be like... Oh, man. I have a large head, Nicole. But this will certainly... Yes. Yes. I look like the Edge. You know the Edge, right? Not Bono, but I look like the Edge right now. And I am okay with that. Yes! Yes! I'm the Pumpkin King, folks. I am gonna rock this like you wouldn't believe. This on top of my pea coat, are you kidding me? As long as it's not snowing out. But on Halloween night, when the stars are bright, and the kids are full of fright, I am gonna be wearing, this is awesome. Let me show you a little bit more of the intricate details. So we have a Jack Skellington inspired wardrobing as far as the color combo, but this looks like you know, like Jack Skellington's actual wardrobe. And we have two little Jack heads, little pumpkin king. This is not a small scarf. How did you do this? Are you kidding me? Please, Nicole, as soon as you have an Etsy store up, make sure you share this information, because this is insane. Not only do I want to promote your work, but I want to buy your work. Are you kidding me? You could make like exclusive Candle Enthusiast stuff, and we can auction it off for charity or something. And the hat. Look at this. Oh, that's awesome. That's awesome. I hope, Nicole, you made a Sally for yourself. Because that would be kind of cool. To have a Sally beanie. And you know what? I'm just gonna rock it off to the side like this, let one ear flap out. No? I love it. Honestly, seriously. Man, I really wish I knew how to thoroughly thank you folks when you send stuff like this. But this is out of control. I can't believe you put this much time and effort. I mean, I can believe it. But thank you, and please know how much I deeply, deeply appreciate this. I'm gonna have to Photoshop. I'm gonna have to take some photos of myself and post them on Instagram, so you guys can get an up-close look at these items. And they will be going to fantastic use. I cannot wait to share them with my brother and my sister-in-law. They're gonna be jealous. So that was certainly worth waiting for. And thank you, Nicole. Nicole, she picks stuff up for me every time she goes to the Disney parks, and it's very, very much appreciated. I know. Stephanie's saying that scarf. I know, right? And like I'm a little bit warm. I mean, it's warm in here, but like just wearing that hat and that scarf for a few minutes, seconds, really, it really truly made me warm inside. So not only does it look great, but it's functional. And I can't wait to put it on Elsa. The Legend of Sleepy Hollow, narrated by Glenn Close and music by Tim Story. That's interesting. South Park Halloween episodes, of course. Never saw one episode of South Park in my life. Nicole says, thanks, I love crocheting. I'll show you what I haven't crocheted. I think, I don't even know what the difference is. But I knitted. I believe it's knitted. I'm going to show you something that I made and show you in comparison how bad it is. Now, I once did a television pilot, kind of in cooperation with, I was looking for these. In collaboration with Comedy Central Network. It was a big flop. But one of the characters, played by Molly Cherney. Molly, for watching, huge shout out. We've remained kind of friends throughout all these years, but she played this character where she was kind of like this Janine Garofalo kind of attitude, snarky kind of character. And when we were going through the wardrobe process for this character, we're thinking, like, what is it? Like, she had this beautiful, dark black hair, but we just couldn't think, like, of the final touches. Like, what would this character, Jo, like, what's missing from her wardrobe? So, on a whim, I whipped together this hat. At least that's what I call it. I wanted it to be good, but it came out atrociously bad. But what was cool about that, and you've probably seen this on a few episodes, I've worn this a few times, but this is an actual prop from that failed television pilot that I co-directed and produced and wrote. You can turn this into virtually any kind of hat you want. If you want to look like Robin Hood, you can be Robin Hood. If you want to look like you're spending the night on Alcatraz, you can do Alcatraz. If you want a little extra flair to one side, you know, kind of like that. You can turn this into anything you want, but this was the perfect accessory for the character Joe. It was we call it the Smurf hat, where she'd kind of wear this little thing off to the side. But this is the extent of what I can do compared to what I just showed you, what Nicole made. Yeah, this is quite embarrassing. I still have it. I need that soon, so I probably shouldn't put it away. Put that up there with another hat that you probably recognize. What episode? What episode, folks? Name the candle that I evaluated while wearing this hat. Anyone can let me know. That is my trivia question for the other card. First one to get it wins. You're getting a personalized Sleepy Hollow postcard. Which candle did I evaluate while wearing this hat? And did anybody else get that trivia question that Stephanie asked? This is gonna be, and Violet says, who remembers the Sleepy Hollow with Jeff Goldblum? I certainly remember that one. Pamela Voorhees' mom. Okay, so Betsy Palmer plays Pamela Voorhees. Laura, are you the first one? Laura is the first one. If I am mistaken, somebody please correct me. And Carol gets the other card. It was Sparkling Snow. So in the deep snow of Jefferson, New Hampshire, I was snowed in for a day. I was visiting Santa's village, right? And I stayed in this cabin, and I was supposed to take off for Salem, but I got snowed in. I couldn't leave. And that was okay with me, but I needed something to film. So I went out in the snow with a sled and tried to find, I was driving on the streets. I mean, it was local, there was no one out. But man, this was not driving weather. I was driving around, parked the car, went for a long, massive hike, trying to find a place to go sledding. And you would think, in the White Mountains of New Hampshire, any corner you would turn would be a place to go sledding. And I couldn't find a place. So please let me know. I think I have two answers, or two correct. So this is going to Carol. And I'm going to personalize this. We have Carol and the little John Hancock down there. And then we have one going to Laura. You guys are getting Sleepy Hollow, the Sleepy Hollow Experience postcards, which are actually really, really cool. They were charging a little bit of an inflated price for these, but they were so cool. I had to get a bunch of them. And you two fine ladies have these cards coming your way. So this is what you do. Email me at candleenthusiast at yahoo.com. Candle Enthusiast. Watch, I spell it wrong. Candle Enthusiast at yahoo.com. Just say like, hey, it's me, it's Laura, or hey, it's me, it's Carol. Here's an address that you want these to go to, whether they be P.O. boxes, whether it be a residential address, whether it be a place of work, wherever you feel comfortable, supply that address to that email. Trust me, I'm the only one who sees that email, and I'll have these cards out to you as soon as possible. That was really fun. Thank you for participating in that. I like the way that turned out. And if you haven't seen that sparkling snow video, me sledding in the snow, I want to check that out. It was really fun to make that one. And Laura's saying, thanks, Shane, that will look great framed. Ooh, are you gonna frame it? That's a really good idea. I might even do that myself, to be honest with you, because I had such a good time making that video. It's funny because since making that video, I've chatted with I actually spent some quality time with the actors, because at the old Sturbridge Village where they had the performance, they have on-site lodging. That's where I stayed. They put me up, or they didn't put me up. They gave me a discounted rate because I was technically press. They put me up at the lodges, but that's also where the actors stay for the performances. So like hours before the performance, actually I had coffee with them and talked to them, and I spent time with them interviewing them, and since then have chatted with them since the video has come out, and they were such great people. I almost feel like if you ever work on a film or a stage play, you befriend people really quickly when you work on a project, and then when the project's over, you go your separate ways, and there's this like heartsick, like, oh, you gotta say goodbye to everybody. I almost felt that, and it was 3 days that I knew these people, but they were such incredibly kind, fun people, and we had so many great laughs. We had so much fun making that video. So I'll say it one more time. Please make sure you check out on the main channel the Candle Enthusiast, the Sleepy Hollow video, and share it out. It's the future of the Candle Enthusiast. We need to prove to people. And people ask me why I made that video in that fashion. Why did I make it as like this interview slash vlog slash promotional video? I want to prove to these companies that, not like Sturbridge Village and these other places, I don't want to give out the secrets of the places I'm going to and have gone to. You guys know I've been to Crown Maple the other day. But I'm trying to prove to these folks, Crown Maple is the maple syrup place, which was your guys' idea. I think it was Laura's idea, to be honest. I'm trying to prove to these people that I can make an entertaining, promotional video that advertises the business, but also is entertaining for us. I get to vlog. I get to do everything I want to do. It gives me content. I don't need to charge them anything. All they need to do is help me out producing the video. So the deal was with Sturbridge, they gave me full access to anything I wanted. They put me in contact with the production of the show, the folks of the show. They gave me a discounted rate for the room that I stayed in, and it's a win-win situation. We get content, we get a yes, a green light, a go-ahead. If I just showed up with a camera one night, I never would have been able to produce that video. But since I organized it with them, I was able to make it happen. So this, I feel like, is the future of the Candle Enthusiast. You know, a lot of vloggers on YouTube just pop in. They pop in, they bring out their camera, and they start filming without any prior permission. why do that? I think that there's a lot of fun in that. That's great and all, but I feel like if I can coordinate with the place I'm visiting, what I'm doing, and proving to them that, look, this isn't just for me, but I can actually promote what you got going on here and put it out to the world, that it's a win-win situation for everybody. So it's really important that these videos that I put out get a little bit of recognition and attention. I've said that 5 times already today. And Nancy's saying watch it multiple times. Stephanie says live theater is awesome. It really, really, really. I filmed myself saying it, but I took it out. It was one of the greatest outdoor Halloween attractions, experiences I've had since I was a child. Probably since like the late 90s. It was so incredibly well done and fun, and no guts, no gore, no... There was definitely thrills and scares, but it was done in such a tasteful way, and to do it in Old Sturbridge Village, to be there at night, has this, I'm telling you, there's centuries of history on that property, centuries of history, and you just feel that vibe, that there's something alive in the air when you're there at night. Your senses are a little bit more alert, so it was definitely it was just such a great experience, and it was a perfect... Sleepy Hollow is my... Legend of Sleepy Hollow is just one of my all-time favorites when it comes to literature or just stories in general. And Laura said it made me want to drive up and experience it. Well, there's a Edgar Allan Poe, produced by the same company, called there's Edgar Allan Poe Experience in Atlanta. That might be a little bit closer for you, Laura. And I was invited down to come film it, but I'm like, well, I can't. I have an agenda for the rest of this season. And Jody's saying their acting was incredible and their singing voices blew me away. Yeah, I'm on the same boat. Remember, I walked into that show blindly on the first night, and I'm listening to them not only play in the cold, like these instruments, the accordion and the guitars in the cold, but to hear them sing, man. And the music, I really couldn't highlight the music too much in the video. I didn't want to saturate the video too much with just overload of music. But the music was fantastic. And I edited all of these, the musical numbers, and I didn't really have a chance to put them in the video because, again, you want to balance it out. I mean, little bits and pieces are good, but I'm telling you, I was telling the actors, I was like jamming out to some of like the folk music that they put together for this show. Thrift Store Story says, I need my passport. I live in Canada and I want you guys in the USA to get. And what you guys get to do in the USA looks like so much fun. So Thrift Store Stories, get your passport and come to the USA, and I'll do you one better. I'll come and visit Canada. I'm telling you, once I have the funding, once I have the opportunity to do it, Canada is going to be one of the first places. I'm going to try to do Nova Scotia one of these days. I was hoping to do it this winter. Let's keep our fingers crossed that it's going to happen. I think that's the first time I'm announcing this. But I desperately want to do Old Quebec City, Winnipeg, and just the outskirts of Quebec. And maybe visit a bunch of Sugar Shacks, Maple Houses, and just experience Old Quebec City, but also visit a little bit more of kind of getting lost in the middle of nowhere in Quebec. And then one day we'll do Vancouver. One day, keeping my fingers crossed. It wasn't giving me the finger, I was crossing my fingers, see? Like, hopefully. Alright, so folks, I want to thank you so much. A big, warm shout out to Nicole for essentially the Disney care package, stuff that she got from Disneyland, stuff that she made with her hands. Really, I can't tell you how much I appreciate this stuff. Those are things I'll have for the rest of my life, I promise you. That Mary Poppins, I'm still kind of blushing and giggling over it because I love that. I don't think I've ever seen that before. I don't know, I've never seen it. I certainly haven't seen it on the website, and you'd think if anybody would have found it, it would have been my brother, and I don't think he's seen it either. But I want to thank you guys for all of your Halloween special suggestions. Keep them coming, and if you don't have them here in the chat area, list them down in the comments below, and then come back later, or come back later this week. If you're looking for Halloween content, there's a lot of shows that have been suggested, so I highly suggest you hunt them down and enjoy some good old-fashioned Halloween specials. And congratulations to Carol and Laura for the Sleepy Hollow event. I have a video that is edited. I have a few more touches to put to it. It'll be posted tonight, most likely tomorrow morning. I always say that for safety, but it's a company that I've been talking about for quite a while, Get Fictional, and I feel terrible because I wanted to have this video done for them at the beginning of October, but this is a company. Right now, if you have your phone, once this video's done, go to Instagram, Get Fictional Candles, follow, comment on one of their photos, and just say, hey, sent here by the Candle Enthusiast, or love, like your stuff, or say whatever you want. If you don't like their stuff, you don't have to say you love their stuff, but if you like anything that you say, write a comment and let them know that I sent you, because it's really important that they know that by sending me stuff that they're paying it forward, that I'm sending people in their direction. And like I said, I do feel bad that I really didn't have an opportunity to get their video posted earlier this October. That is going to do it for me, folks, for this Sunday. It is a beautiful day, so I'm going to try to soak up as much of the daylight hours as we have, edit a little bit tonight, and then have a whole new week. I'd love to say I'm super calm and stress-free, but a whole week of filming ahead, but this is we're getting down to the nitty-gritty here. We're getting close to Halloween, and I want to throw in a bunch of Halloween surprises for you guys. So thank you for all of your support. Thank you for joining in. Have a wonderful Sunday. Do something fun, and I will be seeing you folks soon. Thanks for joining. Bye-bye now.